Because high school Chelsea was savage.
You got to give a speech for being in frack?
Oh yeah, and no, for cross country, and they were like, get off the stage. I was a rogue scheme of hell.
All right, everybody. So,
I just roasted and complained about the government for like an hour for my senior speech.
the inaugural gala was the first of many royal affairs due to occur in the days leading up to the wedding of Archim Sonder and Indira Sigrinddaughter. After Archim was given a makeover and some anxiety-quelling herbs, he actually did quite well for himself during the formal event, something that cannot be said for Euphora and Aoife, who did not fare quite as well in their own efforts. Alliances and alienations alike occurred that night, though no event stood out more than the arrival of Azir Mina, the former prince of Malim and son of Leonav Mina. On the day following the gala, many of the guests of the wedding, together with a company of soldiers, set sail along Fjord de Veer in a day-long journey to the eastern Bair Taiga, though still in the Duchy of Makalim, just southwest of Mount Zakia. They made camp the night before and were awakened in the morning on Ruad the 10th. Light so pale that you'd swear it was moonlight, not sunlight, filters through the mist, drifting in from the southern fjord, casting long shadows on the forest floor as it inches past the fir trees overhead. The strong scent of pine fills your Hebridean nose, made stronger still by the morning dew that carries it. The dew clings to the green ground cover, which has thickened since you were last in the Taiga. Birds have already started singing, likely what awakened you initially. If it wasn't the birds, though, it may have been the sound of the grunting and chuckling of the other men in the encampment, or perhaps the anxious horses nearby whinnying and tugging against their tethers, eager to get started. All right, someone calls. Get your breakfast. And we'll begin with Owen Siegfried waking up, and all of the men are here in the hunting encampment. Begin with this scene. You wake up, your tent is kind of sagging a little bit from the rain and the dew here, and you just hear people shuffling and going about their morning, kind of trying to be quiet, but so many people here for the hunt. It's just a cacophony of noise.
Okay. I'll get up and brush the ants off. But yeah, I'll get dressed and I'll step out and try and figure out where anybody made any food.
You get up and step out. You see everybody's kind of made this huge circle in a clearing. The fjord itself is not very far down a hill and an embankment. You can actually see the water through the trees, and there's just this blanket of mist over the fjord waters. If you were to actually go down onto the bank, if the mist weren't so thick off in the distance, you could probably see the lighthouse. So you're not too far from the city, but it would take you a day to get all the way back to the city from where you are. It's just that because there's no like severe light pollution yet at stage in the industrial area, you can kind of see. You can see the fjord from where you are. So they've made this huge clearing here. The forest you're just outside of the edge of it. And then in the center of that clearing is a huge fire that they've made, and then there's a few pots of stew there. And standing next to it is the master of the hunt, or the hunt master as he is called. And you can pass this to the men here. Orle Keelan. He is a Daemon-born man. He keeps his hood up, but you've seen him with his hood down He has purple skin. He has deep red eyes that you only see 2 of them right now, but you know that there's 2 more on his forehead. He's very tall, lanky, keeps his ranger's cloak. He's got like a shotgun over one shoulder and then a longbow over the other, and he's currently serving the stew to everybody. As you get out and kind of stretch and make your way over there, you see other people. Some guards are heading over there with bowls, either getting served by Orlaith or serving themselves. Ribren Emmerich is in line just in front of you and doesn't see you yet. He's kind of focused on the stew and seems to be a little sleepy as he kind of staggers forward.
Is there there's a line at all of the stew pots?
Yeah, there's like 3 of them, 3 stew pots.
I'm gonna stand in line for forever. Is there like somewhere else where there's just like bread or just coffee or something?
Sure. Yeah, there's like pots of coffee and stuff on the ground around the near where the campfire is.
Yeah, I'll get like some hardtack from somewhere that we would, and I'll get some coffee.
Okay. Yeah, you head up, get some coffee, pour it into a little stone mug.
And I'll just chill there and wait for everybody else to hurry up and get stew.
Sure.
And if there's none left, I'll just take it from whoever was last in line.
Yeah, I'm guessing Ulysses and Liam, the 2 of you have already been awake for a little bit here at this point. You guys have probably already gotten your food and everything. You see Siegfried get up, get his coffee. What have you guys been doing so far this morning?
I would probably have been meditating somewhat. That's why I start my mornings now.
Do you go off into the forest or anything to meditate or anything like that?
Yeah, why not? He ducks behind a tree. Yeah.
When you head off into the forest, because now we're a little farther into spring now, the middle of day the previous month is when like all of the snow is kind of melted, and now we're in about mid to early Ruad, and so now like there's no trace of snow or anything here. Even you're kind of north-ish. If you went farther north into Barabo, you get into the distant north, and that's where there's just always ice and snow. So while it's a little bit chilly enough that like you're keeping your gambeson on and you're keeping some cloaks and scarves on, but there's no ice or snow. So you're seeing the green in the foliage, and foxes and stuff have come out. And when it's just you in the early morning, you're seeing rabbits and foxes kind of running around. And you see an elk kind of walk by in front of you, pause, take a look at you. Doesn't really do anything, kind of looks, watches you.
Not safe for you here.
Just kind of watches, eats a little bit of moss, keeps staring.
Adorable.
And just walks away. And eventually your meditation ends. You rejoin the camp. Liam, what about you?
I would say I'm probably just visiting with people, casual this morning, out here for the hunt primarily. So we would spend that time there in the encampment.
All right. Yeah.
Chat, just small talk.
Anybody in particular that you would want to talk to?
Just very casual chatter, early morning stuff.
Yeah. You're noticing too, like a lot of these people don't seem to be morning folks except for Jacob Goodellin. He seems to be.
I had been a lot. He would probably be the most likely person that I'll chat to. Probably.
And Gil is in good spirits as well, or some, but he's his spirits.
I'm surprised he's out of his tent already.
By Zangling, he wakes up shortly after Siegfried does. There's really nobody here for him to sleep with, so.
Into men?
He is not. It's a good question. Yeah, it is a good question. No, he is not. He's not into men. There's not any of the men who are here.
Wait a minute. That's a different answer.
Now, Ari, would you say you woke up earlier or later? Or knowing that today is the day that you were expected to deal with finishing floating, or did you wake up and stay in your tent?
Yeah, the latter.
You've heard like everybody kind of moving around for a while now. A lot of people, guards have been awake all night just in case. There are some dangerous creatures in the Bair Taiga, like wolves and those sorts kind of roam these parts. So there were some guards always present from the various houses and such, keeping an eye out. You always heard chatter, maybe had some trouble sleeping and such. You were kind of keeping an ear out. In fact, I'll say, why don't you give me a notice check and see if you heard any interesting rumors.
3.
You had a hard time. You heard interesting rumors, but you couldn't really make out anything that you would have held on to. But some of the guards around here definitely know something, but you can't remember what it is. So even as you're lying there, you're like, man, I really can't wait to tell Euphora that thing that I knew I was gonna gossip with Euphora about. Dang it, I can't remember now. But at this point, you feel your stomach kind of, you feel your stomach kind of rumble a little bit. And you're also hearing like the sounds of the lines kind of dispersing. At this point, Siegfried, you've been able to get up and get your food.
Nice.
And you've gotten to like the bottom of the bowl, which sounds like it would be bad, except that's where like all of the heavier stuff, like the meats and stuff like that, have sunk to the bottom.
Just gotta scrape it off.
As you like approach, like Orleif Keelan too has waited till everybody else has been served, and he kind of looks at you and says,
Boy, waited in the very last bit. It's always the best.
Yeah.
Didn't catch your name on the boat earlier.
Siegfried.
You're the Marquess of House Sonder, right?
Yup.
You're the one who's getting married. So you're not the one who's dealing the killing blow to the boar, then?
Not on purpose.
Where is he?
and at that point, I'll say, Artie, you step out of your tent and just see Siegfried is talking to the hunt master.
I need to speak with him before the hunt.
Start looking around. Do I see him? Is it pretty obvious where he's at? I'll just point at him and...
Boy, you, boy. Me? This way, please.
Ugh, okay. I'm hungry though.
Siegfried will dump his coffee into the fires, be like, not nearly as good as stuff Theda makes.
Theda has fully recovered and is with the hunting party.
Non-binary and the men. Yeah, hunting party. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
No woman, but the non-binary decided to come to the hunting party.
They should have let Bathe make the coffee then.
Yeah.
They really should have.
They has been promoted and no longer has to make coffee.
No longer the intern. Good for them. Wow.
Yeah.
Got it. 4.
Yeah.
Well, then we have to find
They then was promoted enough that they were able to choose not to participate in the wedding preparations. And when they were asked, they said, yes, I want to go and fight the boar. So Orlaith gestures for you to come over, gives you a bowl of stew, and motions for you to join him over by the tent. Over by his tent, where there's like a smaller table set up.
So, how many animals have you hunted before? And 20. What was that?
This will be the first.
Scratch.
This is good stew.
Thank you.
Oh, you made it.
I did. I make all the stew for the hunts. I'm the hunt master for Macalim City, or the duchy itself, really. So you never hunted before?
No. I mean, I've swatted a few flies when I'm in the library. They really just, to get them real good and...
Library.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes I will leave dishes there overnight and I collect flies and Father gets a little mad at me, but
You ever track anything? An experience tracking through forests?
I've been known to dally in the forest from time to time.
I didn't ask if you dally. I asked if you track stealthily or move quietly, anything like that. You ever sneak out of the house?
Oh, not really. I'd get in trouble.
You're going to be married, or?
I am, yes.
I see. It's customary for the one who's going to be married to essentially be leading the hunt, or more of an assistant in these matters. How much I assist is ultimately up to you. But you will be expected to deal the final blow to the boar.
All of these fine people, and he'll gesture to this camp full of like almost 100 people.
All these fine people will, of course, assist with bringing down the Styre boar. It is not something that one person could possibly take down on. Even I wouldn't dare do such a thing. Well, I think, as far as I know, and he kind of looks around, only person who's ever single-handedly take one down is Sir Oren. And I don't think that he would take such glory from me.
So, what instrument will I use to deal with final blow?
What instrument are you familiar with?
the loot.
Well,
You ever used a sword or a knife?
I have used a knife before.
We best use that then.
I'll kind of pat to the knife he has from Ulysses.
We will. The guards will make sure that you are safe when you approach the boar to finish it off. I will assure you, no lord has ever been harmed on any of my hunts. Not a scratch on them.
Has anyone else been hurt on one of your hunts?
Yes. We hunt a dangerous game today. I tracked a albino dire boar, very rare, very large, and very dangerous. But there are some cultures who believe it is a good sign to find such a creature, particularly the Alderish. I think you are marrying an Alderish woman.
Yes, I am.
So, it will be good on you to bring such a beast to the tusk taking.
Oh.
If we can find one and if you can kill it.
Well, I guess we'll give it our best
We will accomplish this task.
and accomplish the task.
Yeah.
Isune is quite good. Both Sinagid.
You should definitely finish eating. We have a lot of work to do today. Beginning,
Kind of looks around.
all these lords will want some glory. You will need to split them all up, of course. We can't move in an army through the forest. They usually split such a grand company into 5 groups. I will need you to appoint 5 leaders.
Oh.
I could give suggestions if you need. I would, of course, lead one, but accompanying you. The other 4 group leaders are up to you. They will be the ones who try to find the boar.
Okay. So am I dividing up everybody, or am I just deciding the leaders?
You'll decide the leaders, and then if you specifically want somebody to accompany each of those, you can.
Probably not.
So Orlaith is going with one of the groups, and that's the one that you are in, unless you specifically want to be with somebody else. But Orlaith is strongly suggesting that you go with him because he's probably going to be the one who finds it.
Yeah, I will go with him. The other 4?
Yep.
I'm gonna say we're gonna do. I think Orin should lead a group.
And Orlaith will also say that being permitted to lead a hunting group, being told by the groom, is a great honor.
Okay. So we'll do that. I would appoint Ulysses, but I'm a little salty over the bomb thing still. So
What?
you know,
The bomb?
the mom thing.
Oh.
Don't act like you don't remember. So I think I'll have Liam lead another group.
Something about motherfucker myself.
It's pretty proud of that.
Is that the kind of thing that he would? That's good.
Wouldn't that be kind of a
You know what? It is my choice. I'm not there. I don't get to influence him.
It's by groups, and you're all kind of like converging it through this forest area. And Orlaith is kind of pinpointing the area where he's seen the dire boar at. And this is a gigantic creature.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Am I allowed to send a letter to Monty in the morning of this hunt?
You would have been able to talk to him.
To deliver.
You would have been able to talk to him yesterday morning before they left.
Okay, but I wouldn't be able to like have a message delivered to him.
Who would you have asked to deliver the message?
They them.
Okay. Yes. They them would have delivered a letter. Okay. Why don't you write the letter out on a note of paper? Yeah, write the letter out, and we can hand it. We can hand it to Ulysses, and Ulysses can open it shortly.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So would it make sense for Liam to?
This is up to Artie.
Yeah, don't Artie. Don't look. Don't.
Yeah.
I have a separate question.
I feel like I know you
Artie would do.
Yeah, I feel like I know you pretty well, and you seem to have a strong leadership presence. So even if it's maybe not the best choice, that's what Artie would go with. And did I remember correctly that Asan said that Kathaya has a lot of monsters in it?
Gathaya has desert creatures in it, but it's his Marijuana, the city that he leads in Maline, is plagued by monsters.
Plagued by monsters? Okay, so he would
From Cypreleaf.
be familiar with
Possibly.
monsters and hunting possible. So yeah, I'll have him lead one And did I correctly get the impression that both, well, definitely Joel, but Jacob also are not really the most like physically fit, like at least not for fighting?
Jacob is fit. Jacob is a giant, broad-shouldered, muscular man.
Okay.
He's huge.
Okay. Then yeah, we'll have Jacob lead another one.
Okay.
And then I think I also would like to send.
That's your 4.
That's my 4.
If you want somebody to accompany somebody, yeah.
Yeah, and then I would. So I think I'm gonna have my dad go with Assad,
Okay.
and I think I want to have Siegfried go with Jacob.
Interesting.
So for when he comes to talk to me about it, what does Liam understand about the significance of that? And specifically, I'll tell you what I'm wondering is, would he think that there were opportunities, like political opportunities for him in choosing particular people that he might try to counsel him another way? Or would this be something he would think was a very normal thing for him to ask me to do?
There are political opportunities here in what he's choosing. I'll say, why don't you, do you have knowledge in like pertaining to politics or anything like that? Then why don't you just give me a cognition check or acuity?
11.
That may have been a wiser choice than you out of the people that he chose.
But I know you.
But it would be unwise for you to turn it down or counsel him otherwise. So you should probably just accept it.
Okay.
Cooper, there was only one wrong answer out of this, and you did not pick it. So,
Ruben.
No.
There were 2 wrong answers though.
Yeah, there were 2. I guess there were 2 wrong answers.
Oh yeah.
I can guess. I just wrote it on a piece of paper that's too small, and now I have to rewrite it. It's really not that easy. It doesn't let her have affection. She got to give her trying to make sure, like.
Just while you're thinking about that, is there? You can tell me. You obviously personally go up to each of these people and ask them. Is there one person whose conversation you want to play out?
When you talk to Liam, he would tell you the person card. He would suggest it to you based on that conversation. Zach, you might want to consider going with Orb or with the Huntsmaster.
Well, I was already in the hunt aspect. Oh, well, if he goes with Orin, then Orin can't be a leader.
Yeah.
She has to lead a party.
Oh, well, that's right.
Yeah.
So the hunting manager is your better choice.
Yeah, that's right. So I figure having the Huntmaster and Orin split out means we have the 2 best.
Right.
And we don't stack it all in one group.
Yeah, he'll just tell you that's a good choice.
Plus, based on the Huntmaster just glazing Orin for a few sentences there, yeah.
I would like. I don't know. If I could pick one conversation to play out.
You sent Landon with Assad.
With Assad?
Yeah.
I want that to play out.
Okay. Anyone go up and approach them?
Yeah.
Okay. So you approach Assad. Assad is currently sitting with. You see. Actually, why don't I just give you his sheet? Assad is currently sitting with, and I'll say you brought your dad over when you meet him. He's sitting with his soldier, who is a rabbit folk. The rabbit folk has his 2 large rabbit ears kind of pulled back into a ponytail, and tied back in these braids. And he also is wearing Cathayan gear. Instead of like the usual like armor, he's just wearing these robes. And he's got like armbands and stuff on him, and then just a simple spear on his back. And the rabbit folk will nod to you. We'll say, "How you doing, sir?"
I'm doing this fine, thank you. Apologies, you Siegfried or Artyom?
I am Artie. I know sometimes we can look similar.
Yes, I'm unfamiliar with your families. I'm sorry. It's okay, no problem.
I'm Hernadiri. That's signed to the bodyguard of Assad Sayed. I'm not sure if you've met Assad Sayed. And Assad will stand up and say,
Pleasure to meet you. I am Duke Assad Sayed of Meriguani. Congratulations on your betrothal.
I thank you, Your Grace. I have not met you, but I have heard stories, which is part of why I'm here to speak with you right now.
Oh, well, course. What stories have you heard of me?
I heard that you do come from a land that is replete with monsters.
Yes, the trouble is a plague, Marijuana. Yes, there are creatures coming up from Sipoli. We have spoken with a few of the folk here and are hoping to get a meeting. Were you here to propose a possible solution for us? I would definitely hear what you have to say. Perhaps your union of some sort, you have some sort of leverage that you would use to garner more soldiers for the South. Thank you for to get to the point, son.
Well, we can discuss that in time, but for now, I do believe you may be a strong candidate to lead one of the hunting parties.
Well, you honor me greatly, Archim Sonder. That is very generous of you.
I want my dad to chaperone.
Thank you very much. I will be proud.
Thank you. And Father, would you also accompany Duke Syed?
Your father kind of looks at you, looks at Assad Syed and goes,
I would gladly do this for you, son.
Of course. And Assad Syed kind of like looks up at him and goes,
This will be, your father will make fine company on the journey.
and they just kind of sit down at the table quietly.
I'll kind of look at both of them like my dad and kind of back away and turn around.
You can go ahead and increase your standing with House Syed and House Kindellan. With that, you guys gather up your gear, get ready, and head out for the hunt. Ulysses, as you
Well, I gotta.
head off.
Nice handwriting.
Ulysses, as you head off into it, they then walks up to you and says,
That's true. Has updated one.
Marcel, Ulysses, I have a message for you from Lady Euphora.
This must be very important if you are delivering it.
Yes, of course. Lady Euphora said that she would only entrust it to me, so I trust that it must be vital.
My hands on.
Your hands on it.
And no, I looked over and like, that's not a short note.
Yeah, she pulls a little flip pocket notebook first for that, and I feel like I might need to like have you do a voiceover for this part when you do the actual episode.
Are we actually gonna have a read it? Because I want to know so bad. Doesn't really say anything.
In a year.
It does exactly what you mean and say. But I want to hear you read it.
The fact that you have an honorific just really turns me on. All right, yeah, you can have a hero point. And while we're at it, Talon gets a hero point for showing up on time. Everybody except Caden and Dad gets one for memes. Yay. And then groceries for Kelsey.
Thank you.
Is that everything?
What is the lucky token in the shape of? It's just, all
It has like the face of a lion on it, and it's very like ornate.
right, I'll like try and pin it to my coat or something like that.
No, that is not what I thought it said.
It's such a good luck charm. If I had lipstick, it would have just been a print of my kiss, but I don't have any, so.
We will go back to Macaline City. Iridian Garden.
Gazing longingly out the window.
Iridian Garden is a massive, beautiful courtyard that is attached to the southern outlet of Hodari's Overlook, the grand bridge that connects the southeastern tiers of Macaline City to its northern perimeter. The courtyard is surrounded by tall, magnificent walls with draconic imagery carved into them, numerous sapphires marking the eyes of the many depicted beings. Not all of those beings are fully fledged dragons, however. Some appear to be the platinum skill folk wielding scimitars and spears. The center of the garden is a perfect square within which stands a beautiful fountain surrounded by gorgeous foliage, including rose bushes and trees. Servants are in the process of setting up tables and chairs for the wedding, while technicians are running cables for a speaker system that leads to a microphone at the center of a stage near the bridge. As you look past the bridge down the fjord, you have a perfect line of sight to Ajiri's beacon, the distant lighthouse. As you're watching some of the servants kind of moving some of these tables in, you see Drama Sigrun-daughter look over at some of those servants who are, there's like 3 of them carrying some of the tables. She looks at them, walks up, picks up one of the tables under her arm, picks up the other one under them, looks at them, and says, "What do you want, please?" And they just kind of look up at her and point over, and then some of her other guards go over and grab some of the tables. And so now there's just guy and soldiers moving some of those tables in the direction, kind of helping to set them up. So all of the women that I have introduced so far are here, and in addition to them, you recognize the priest that I had introduced, but you had not met beforehand, who would be officiating the wedding. I named Skillfolk. Standing there with his white cloak, standing over there with steps over. He's kind of currently in conversation with Aelia Tarkin. And there's a couple of conversations currently going on here. You see Kaya talking to Indira, and Dihat is speaking with Callie Jack. Emma-Beth and Viorica are in conversation. Drem and Samira kind of go off once the tables are set up. And then Caitlin and Indira also kind of are in conversation once Kaya is done with her. So everybody just kind of mingles and starts conversing. There's just a whole bunch of chatter going on while people are in the midst of setting things up. So it's less of a decoration and setting up for the wedding. Mostly the servants are doing that. You guys are more just here to guide, sort of, but also just here to hang out with people.
How long have we been here?
Probably like an hour.
Okay. I've had enough time to already fuss over that plan.
Like, this is happening about the same time as what they're doing. So they've just woken up at sunrise, and it's about sunrise now.
Aoife, we should probably talk to the bride about the flowers and get her opinions.
We probably should. Make sure it's all in agreement. Are you feeling social? I am never feeling social. What's the bride's name?
Indira, Sigrun, daughter.
Rating. Yeah, do you just want help with this?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. I appreciate you, Grant. I walk up to you and I sort of smooth out your hair and get underneath your eyes, and I just kind of brighten up your face a little bit. You are visibly annoyed. Look at you. I think you look okay.
I look really tired. I'm a little less grumpy because I was I had enough time to talk to my plan, but I'm like, this is tiny.
So I bring you over to Indira.
Kaya is talking to Indira, and you hear her kind of saying right now, "And what are you going to do once you're part of House Sonder, exactly?" Indira and Indira just saying, well, I thought exactly about being part of House Sonder. I know that I'll be ruling a fishing village, and I'm sure that will have a lot to do down there, but being part of House Sonder specifically is more than that. I'm more of just a tradeswoman. Kaya just says, "Yes, but how many children are you going to have? And what are you going to provide to that?" And Indira says, "I haven't really thought about that."
Give benefit. I walk up behind Kaya and I say, "Little lady."
"Yes, this is my maidservant."
"My lady," and I curtsy.
And Indira says, I'm not sure if I've met you, sorry. You were the one who introduced me the other night."
Yes. And this is Aoife, the gardener of House Sonder.
"Yes, you. I feel like I've heard something about you recently. There are rumors about you going around that you are engaged to Asad Syed?"
I didn't give the man an answer, but it came up briefly. Oh yeah,
You hear that. As you hear that, Euphora, I need you to take that.
That makes sense.
I'm starting to figure out what these are.
I mean, it doesn't offend me. My mother was a bartender. It is perfectly normal. Yes, Caitlin Sigrun daughter was, and of course, I mean, it is common for the very common for Sigrun daughter women. I mean, we are all adopted.
You said yes.
People are saying that you are engaged.
I didn't actually give you the answer. I was pretty super high for her. The kids went to bed. What?
I mean, they're saying that you are pregnant already. Of course they are.
Well, that's news to me.
Okay, well that's a stretch.
Is this man capable of impregnating women with his eyes?
Look at that picture there, yeah.
Well, he's a handsome man, but I didn't say yes, but I figured I should think about it.
I was just trying to not fall on my damn face.
I mean, my mother wasn't engaged.
Last night.
My mothers were engaged within a couple of days of meeting each other. It's not unheard of.
But do they actually love each other?
Of course.
I'd like to figure out if there's actually some sort of affection there before I say yes. Also, we haven't discussed children or there's a whole political thing there.
Archib and I have not discussed children. It's usually expected, though, not to carry on a legacy.
To be fair, yours is an arranged marriage. This is my own decision.
I mean, you would have had some decision in your marriage, right, Indira?
Not really.
Oh. Are you
Union.
happy with the arrangement?
I'm happy that our nations will be together.
Yes, as are we.
And Archim is a nice man. From what I've heard, we put Marsal Ulysses on his ass.
I wasn't there, so I can't speak to it.
I wasn't. It's hilarious.
You give me a speech rate? Sure, you were there. Aren't you writing a song about
There. That's true. I was there, but I'm dating him now.
Are you though?
I don't know. Right, that is a night team.
Okay. Yeah, she believes you.
But
And Kaya kind of like looks up at you. Sorry, you were engaged. I'm not even engaged.
I'm a bit older and a bit taller, and that helps.
So I'm so sorry, Lady Indira. We came over here to speak with you about the flowers. Or your wedding. Do you have anything in mind? Aoife here has brought many beautiful plants from House Sonder.
Indeed. So I've done all the flowers around the altar and at the actual marriage ceremony. And thus far, I've done the flowers for the floral arrangements for the tables. So is this an arrangement that, and I have one nearby, I'd be like,
Give me a notice check. Alright. And I will say Nihat will be helping you with this because he's also here. And with him helping you with this, just roll another d20 instead of doing an enhancement. And you can do an enhancement on this because you are familiar with your plans. Yeah.
While they talk about this, I'm going to pull Kyra aside and tell her that you can't just ask women when they're going to have children.
Why not?
It's considered rude because not all women can have children.
Well, then they probably shouldn't be noble, should they? Because noble women are expected to have children. That's
Just a very elegant objects. And I would hate for you to offend somebody.
well, and it would be offensive to me if noble women did not have to children.
Interesting take.
Well, and she will leave and go back over to Indira.
Flipping her hair as she goes.
Yes, she will flip her pigtails.
Euphora mutters under her breath for the first time in the entire campaign.
Dude. The cameric flower that Leisha had asked you to put in there are all gone. And you notice they're gone from all of the arrangements.
That seems like a Callie Joe thing.
Callie Jack.
Indira will just say, they look lovely. And Kaya will say, they're looking a little bit of color, I think.
would you be opposed to adding a smidgen of pink there?
I suppose they could use a little bit of pink maybe, but that's not really either RP or Ice colors. The green, gold, and gray, silver, white maybe.
Ah.
I think they look close to our colors right now.
Thought they are.
It's a pink. But I'm not there.
The pink was, his mother wished to have, she wanted to have half her son feel that she was there supporting him.
If you can find with some pink flowers, sure.
Art. Yeah, not to, more just in honor of her, less the country, since that is where she came.
Of course, I mean, I have no issues with honoring Nervus. Of course, they are allies of Alderstein. Of course, I imagine that there would be issues with the more Feynarian principalities, given that they are enemies of Feynar.
Indeed.
I'm gonna try to find like a guard, or maybe I'm gonna talk to this guy.
Sure.
While she's talking to Indira.
I'll say, who do you want to talk to?
I'll talk to Robin.
Okay. Yeah, Robin is currently in conversation with Aelia. Actually, they're currently talking about Verde. And you hear Aelia saying, and have you ever been to, there's a tavern there called the Cunt Cauldron? And Robin will say, I'm afraid I have not frequented that establishment myself. It's not really my thing. I was more in the chapels there. That's kind of more. And Aelia just goes, that's not really the kind of thing that I really went to. And she just walks away, and Robin looks to you. Yes. Apologies, I do not believe I got your name, miss. How can I assist you?
I curtsy. Hi, Claw. Good Good to see you. My name is Euphora.
Rolf, a pleasure.
Thank you. I am with House Sonder, and we had...
You look lovely this evening.
Well, thank you.
The morning low suits you.
Me and Aoife, the gardener of House Sonder, are attending to some of the flowers and the decorations for the event. And we've noticed that some of the flowers are missing.
I'm wondering who damaged the floral arrangements.
I'm not certain on that one.
I'm about ready to make an announcement that no one should be touching the floral arrangements.
People are permitted to come and go in the Iridian Gardens and in the Iridian altar. Permitted for all to come and pray and for the peace and tranquility here. I cannot say who may have touched them.
All right, we just wanted to make sure that it wasn't you. We understand the colors could have been offensive to some.
I will be offended by the colors.
Anyone foolish?
I'm not sure. There were just some political statements with colors at a wedding.
I see. Well, I'm no stranger to that, but specifically, who would have been offended by the colors of these flowers they took?
Well, they were to represent Eridus, the groom's Eridus heritage.
His mother came from Erdis and wished to be. She wanted pink flowers to represent, to show her son's support on his wedding day, so she could not be here.
There are likely many people who would have not wanted that then.
Yes. We just are trying to figure out who would be bold enough to actually mess with the flower arrangements. Why it was
Makalim City is run by Jacob Kindellan, who is of Erdis, so it is unlikely anyone who is normally here.
right.
Everyone in Makalim City is usually of Erdis.
Indeed.
I'm myself was born there, so
Ah, you're also from Erdis.
I am. I mean, most of my life I spent in Aduna being trained in Drakonga soldier. I'm from there. Many of my priests and such are from Erdis as well.
Ah.
So,
See, well, thank you very much for listening to our concerns, and just keep an eye out if you see anything. We would like to prevent that kind of thing from happening.
certainly, I regret to tell you I cannot keep guards in my chapels, but I'm not opposed to any who wish to come and remain in prayer.
Do you have any place that we could keep flowers that is more secure?
I'll probably have to have them the day of.
Likely, that may be wisest. It would be unfortunate to have to do such a but, and I hate to say these things, but perhaps just keep the pink ones out of it until that day.
Yes, I agree.
If
You're
that's
right.
the only one that they took, perhaps you don't. Perhaps those are the only ones you have to leave out. I wouldn't
Yeah.
worry about
Right.
taking all of the vases away.
Everything else seems fine, but since it is a neutral area and the two countries are at peace right now.
Well, it was a pleasure to meet you, and do let us know if there's anything we can do for you to help with the ceremony.
Yes, certainly. It is looking lovely.
Thank you.
A nice arrangement.
That-
You also are looking lovely today.
Wife, thank you.
And he will walk away.
We need to have a chat.
Yes, we do need to have.
What's wrong with these people?
What is wrong with you?
I haven't even done anything interesting. You got proposed to. You've only in a nice dress. Apparently, that was all it took. I asked him and Daz, and he was like, "Let's get married at that portal." And then with the Daz. Was I not supposed to?
I mean, obviously, I don't know anything about anything because I didn't get proposed to by a noble.
To be fair, I was just trying to wing woman for you.
Well, you did too well.
Apparently, I just woman too well. None the wing.
Well, are you going to say yes?
I don't know. I'd be a terrible duchess. We discussed that last night.
Well, that was before I knew it was a passage filter. You and I are married to this duke.
Why do I need to get married? The political tension is terrible.
You could help.
You could be overthrown in like 2 to 4 years or something.
Also, then you're just a duchess for 2 to 4 years.
I don't want to have children and then get thrown off to the streets.
Can you have children?
I really don't know. My mother had children. I'd assume I get it for her. How old are you?
How old are you?
I'm in my 70s. That's not old.
I'm 37. I'm not old.
Okay. I'm an elf. We can live hundreds of years.
Okay, I'm not familiar. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm like 19 or something.
oh sweet Jesus, you're like a child.
Is there anybody else you want to talk to? I will also point out this conversation was very, very loud. You see Rovan kind of raise an eyebrow at you, and then he goes back to his conversation with Amabeth.
I don't think so. I want to accuse a lot of people, but I don't want to ruin my social standing. I'm scared to talk to people. So I think maybe we just say hello to everyone to be very polite, and we do lots of curtsying. Everyone how they are.
Bow. I don't want you to be afraid to ruin your social standing. It's going to fluctuate a lot.
We talk to Callie, Jack.
And yeah, she's still chatting with Nihon right now. They're kind of like sitting on a bench and they're like engaged in like a likely conversation. Yeah, they're kind of sitting next to each other on a bench, and they have been like since they got there. And she's just saying,
Well, then, I sometimes just go into the city sometimes with them. Usually I have to wear a disguise of some kind in order to mingle with the people because, either they will be elated to see me and I will be swarmed by people and then I'm not able to just kind of be a person around them. Or some people do not like seeing a marchioness or a marquess like yourself, and so you have to be careful around those people. I just don't like being around the guards, especially when I'm trying to be more charitable around them. But yes, I like to go around, be around the children, and then my father and I, we do have a lot of money, and I just like to give back to them. And it's the best places I possibly can. And he says, that sounds like a lot of fun. I think I might like to start doing that as well, but I also like to do plants. So maybe I could just give all of the children plants, except they can't wear plants. I could probably ask Aoife. Aoife, come here. Can you make clothes out of plants?
You can. They're not nearly as comfortable as actual cloth.
Couldn't you make cloth from a plant?
Depends what kind of fibers you have.
Hello. You are Euphora, yes?
Yes, thank you for remembering.
Of course. And you are Aoife, as the boy calls you, yes. You were just talking about my charity.
Ah.
And
Sounds like
it
it.
sounds like the boy himself is a very generous fellow.
He has a very good heart.
He's interested in plants, he said.
That he is.
Sounds like he got a meal.
Aoife is quite the accomplished gardener.
And that little girl, she kind of like nods over to Kaya, who is kind of walking around and is now over talking to Caitlin and Indira.
She is quite a lot of work, that one.
She's a bit high maintenance, but what can you expect from a little Lanny?
I don't know.
She's got some growing up to do.
Well, she's already quite grown. There are many expectations that have been placed on her. But they've been told she's expected to be.
It is a hard way to grow up.
Being noble is not all it's carved up to be.
Seems this one, though, has already rejected all of the things that his parents have tried to push onto him. Thinks that if he follows in my footsteps, perhaps he could avoid the entire thing. And Nihat goes, yes, I think I would like to sail away and never be a lord. Perhaps I could go to a Duna where there are frost flowers.
And Kelly Jack just kind of goes, well, don't tell anyone that I'm the one who told you.
Yeah, I'm also not behind this.
And she kind of stands up.
Both of you,
Lovely to see you.
of course. Was there anything else?
We noticed some of the flowers are missing from the arrangements. Do you?
They look lovely to me.
Yeah, they still look lovely, of course. Aoife's work is amazing, but do you know anything about that, or if someone made a change?
And not say that I do.
I'm worried a bit about damage, Florid. Got a bit an accident, of course, but...
I mean, what's different about them?
Oh, some of the flowers are missing.
Which flowers? I mean, they look lovely.
Just one of the colors of the flowers has been taken out, and then so just removed all of the pink flowers.
Hmm.
I just don't understand why someone would want to change the arrangements. Or maybe they wanted the flowers for themselves, I suppose.
Oh, that is possible.
Pink flowers. That is odd. I mean, why would someone want... I mean, I'm sure they were lovely flowers. But
There are. Grew them myself.
you would think if they wanted the flowers for themselves, they would take an entire bouquet.
Exactly.
Very odd.
Very strange. Not sure if you'd heard anything.
I'm afraid I have not. I've only been here a few days now, so...
Well, the flowers only got here with us, so
I arrived shortly before you did.
yes.
In a few days, or a few hours, I think.
Well, keep an ear open.
Certainly will.
Thank you.
Of course.
You're one of the people, son. You might hear something.
So as we're out of earshot, I will tell you that I think it's her that took them.
Why exactly do you suspect it?
Because when we met her, she asked about the pink flowers and she criticized them.
You're right, you're right. I was too busy staring at the plants we're looking at.
She specifically mentioned the pink flowers, and she's the only person who did.
That absolute hoe. Let's punch her.
And that's not how we canvass, especially since you are a duchess now.
I'm not a duchess. You're closer than me.
While the two of you are discussing this, we'll move on back to the hunt.
Something less violent, murdering an animal.
With this, I'm going to have Liam, with an enhancement, go ahead and give me your search or notice check, and this is for tracking an animal. And then Siegfried, you also can give me. Actually, no, you are just enhancing one, so just go ahead and roll a d6 for me. Actually, you have one for relating to beasts, right? You have an enhancement.
Well, mine's checks using smell.
Yeah, checks relating to smell. Do you have that as well as Siegfried?
I think he might have got
Dark sight. And oh yeah, okay. Then I'll let you roll an extra enhancement there. So you roll 2d6 for me. Okay. Let me know what you get. You get 2 1s.
I got 2 1s.
Oh, I got hella good rolls and 1 bad roll.
Okay.
That's okay. I'm gonna blame the bad roll on Siegfried because it was Jacob who got it. I got a 19, a 17, and a 17, and I got a 4.
17.
Nice. So Siegfried, what do you do to distract Jacob from trying to track this creature?
I'm glazing Artie. I'm not with you, alright. I'm just yeah.
Jacob's not kind of walking around. Oh, nephew. I know, been a while since we've been on the hunt together.
Yeah.
How do you think Artie's doing?
Oh, I'm sure he's doing fantastic.
Yeah.
This may be his first time, but it's not the first time that he's stared down a beast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You may have heard, we may have mentioned to you, but that dragon, Morbius, landed right in front of us. He stared right at it and was like, my Morbin time. Yeah.
Oh, did he?
We're gonna head on through this path, and then Morbius flew off. Let us go.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he? Wait, I have a hard time believing that, honestly.
You can ask any of the guards.
They were all there. I didn't ask them that, actually. I've known you and Artie since you were kids.
Yep. That you have.
I sure have. Where are we?
Was I not supposed to eat those breadcrumbs you were dropping?
Liam?
Yeah.
With your 17, you do eventually find a tree that has been partially knocked over. It's just kind of cracked and leaning, suspended a bit by some vines and then other trees that have snagged. So it's just kind of leaning and looks like it's about to fall over. And there's just a path of destruction leading off in its wake. Kind of tells you the direction that it seems the boar has gone.
Okay.
And then Artie, as you were walking along with just a couple of guards, there's like 3 of them with you. Everybody else brought several, and Orlaith insisted on only bringing like 3. And then just the 2 of you, and he's handpicked like 3 guards that he believed would be essential. And then his is just like you move extremely quietly. In fact, I'm going to ask you to make a grace check. With your 2 1s, he eventually like tells you, he like takes a bunch of equipment off of you, puts it on himself, takes some of it, like random like coins and stuff off of you, puts them into like a hollow in a tree, and says,
I will come back and find this later. You're making way too much noise.
That's an 8.
an 8. All right, you are like crunching on so many twigs and branches, and he's just like,
So you'd be quite like, okay. You probably should have had a lot more training before you got to that. Your father did take you out at all in preparation for this sort of thing.
Oh, he did many times.
Oh. Just not, you have hunted, you've never successfully hunted?
I was sort of more fun to step in the puddles, though.
Yeah, alright. Okay, let's try this out. You understand the creature we're hunting is enormous and incredibly dangerous.
Yes, I suppose I can tiptoe.
So, how about hear this? If the creature hears you before we have heard it, or we have found it, it is going to charge at you before I'm able to do anything, and it will probably gore you to death.
Oh,
So, move with that in mind.
oh, okay.
all right, now give me a grace check with an enhancement.
You start moving backwards. Could you have that in mind?
How about a dirty 20?
There you go. All right, now you are completely silent with a dirty 20.
Artie's even like holding his breath for long stretches of.
Okay, you can breathe occasionally. Through your nose. Out through your mouth. There you go. All right.
And then you see a like 2 trees that look like it just plowed through between them, and then it just broke them apart. Ulysses, you with Liam kind of approach that tree and then reach this path of destruction, and then you across the way see just barely, you see the reds of the eyes of Orlave Keelan through the darkness of the trees. And then you see Artie beside him. You are surprised by how long it takes you to notice Artie. He's being stealthier than you expected. And you notice that it's because he seems absolutely mortified. But then you just notice like all of his hair is standing on end. Everyone give him a thumbs up.
My tail is all puffed out.
Yeah, his tail's puffed out. His spine. Yeah, everything's, yeah, he's mortified.
I will nod at the master and kind of indicate the direction that I've been following.
Assad and Landon approach from another direction and just kind of give a nod. And then you see Sir Oren up in the trees with his wings kind of folded against his back, kind of perched up there, looking that direction. And then from the direction that you guys have all been pointing, you see Jacob Gindellan and Siegfried walking, just not even sneaking, going like,
Well, I'm not really sure where exactly this creature could be. Well, I think we just need to go back to camp and then we can try to circle back around.
and they just walk right past you, and then just Doppler effect, gone.
I do know where he's not.
You eventually reach a clearing where the boar you see, at first you think like it's just a large white kind of snow-covered hill, but then you just hear this loud noise and you see it kind of feasting on this like fungal infested corpse of sorts. And it kind of turns around and you see massive tusks, one of them half broken and the other just covered in blood, and its eyes just deeply bloodshot. You can barely see the irises and pupils. And then pure white fur. The parts where you can see its skin, you just see these dark veins. And then its body itself, like up to shoulder height with Landon. Huge creature. And then its eye level with you there already, with its like huge hunched form. As it slowly turns around. It hasn't quite seen it yet, but it has sensed that there is something here. And I'm going to ask for grace checks from everybody except for Siegfried. You hear that sound?
That's you. 17.
All right.
No.
That's my dad. 9.
Okay.
Liam kind of is so focused on watching Orm and trying to learn, just trying to ascertain whatever he can about him.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna use through here. Well, you haven't said it's a failure yet, but I'm pretty sure it is. So once you tell me it is, I'm gonna use an enhancement to reroll it, or to add a hero points to add.
Yeah, it's a failure.
Okay.
You and Liam both failed.
How about an 11?
Okay.
7, 11. Oh, wait, no, you got a 9. 9, 11.
No, it was 8.
My birthday.
Liam and Artie, both of you are going to take 7 points of impale damage as the boar turns, looks around, charges, and 2 of the guards are taken out as it charges and gores both of you. It's enough to like graze past the side and then just lets out this scream. Jacob kind of turns toward you and goes,
William gets back there, actually.
I think RD may have stepped on a deep twig or something.
That's actually probably true. And also the stews. But we do have a duty to... Well, that's Sir Orange, and he's killed one of these things.
You have a coin on you?
I do.
Let's flip it.
Actually, wait. There's a pouch of coins in this hollow tree.
Oh, that's very convenient.
my money. Oh, there's actually a lot of things in this hollow tree, and they all jingle.
What?
Who would have
We
thought?
put these dwarves in here.
Oh, interesting.
Tails, we help them.
Wait, tails for both? Tails we eat, tails we help, and that makes sense. The heads we don't do anything.
That's being stew.
I may have made a strategic error here.
I think we should probably just go out. Probably the right thing to do.
But at least flip the coin so we feel better about it when we go.
Okay. It says we should eat stew.
But now we're going to feel even better with effectively that's hard anyway.
Okay. And he turns around and heads back to help everybody.
A bond is forming.
All right. So you guys both took 7 points of impale damage from that as the board turns and rushes. You see with that, Orlaith was reaching for his longbow, but as soon as the board charged, he switches to the shotgun, pulls that out. Don't miss, haha. Just fires off one massive shot at this thing and just gets it right in the shoulder. You see a bunch of the guards pull out these spears that have long chains and ropes attached to them, kind of like wrapped around each other. So there's like cords essentially that are then tethered to their waists and get ready to launch those like harpoon-like pikes that they've got at them. But we're gonna go through one round here for all of you, starting with Artie, and we'll just go around in a circle here. So Artie, you kind of like recover a little bit. What would you like to do here?
I'm gonna say he's so stunned from his goring after he was so quiet that he's going to make a tactful retreat, not totally out of like the clearing, but just like away.
Go ahead. I will say for that, you can do. It's probably going to be another grace check unless you have an argument for something else. Especially with like the thick brush and everything here in the forest, you're trying to maintain your balance and all of that.
I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Is anything
For 10 not to fall over backwards.
14?
Okay. Yeah, you don't fall over backwards. You just kind of step back, are able to get a little bit of cover behind the tree as the board kind of charges, skids a little bit, and as it does, it like rounds, spins, and knocks over a tree with its hindquarters. And that'll take us over to you, Liam.
Artie, where are you going?
Away from the fucking boar.
Boar's why we're here. He says, is he far enough away that he should use his bow?
Longbow. Yeah.
So he will, well, no, because I need to use a third action to draw it, don't I?
Yeah. Charms and curses, those are the problem spells, right? Yeah, like deceit spells aren't really.
Deceit spells are fine. Yeah.
All right, just a straight attack then.
Yep. It's a huge target. It's not too difficult to hit.
Well, I wanted to do a called shot, and I want to make sure that it's clear. I'm not trying to kill it.
Yeah.
So 15 to hit.
Yeah, 15 will do it. While you're rolling damage, Ulysses, what did you want to do?
I wanted to use Conjure Doppelganger to conjure a Doppelganger.
Okay.
And then I wanted to move from that and have the Doppelganger speak using some MP.
Okay.
And shout something at the boar.
All right. What do you have it show? So you like step out of the Doppelganger and like try to hide?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you go ahead and describe what that looks like.
I'll stand facing the boar. It's probably not looking at me right now, but I'll hold up the blade, hold up the finger, and then copy, and then step aside.
Okay. So it's just a copy of you standing there with the blade and middle finger out.
And I'll have it shout like, "Hey!"
The boar stops, wheels, hoofs the ground a little bit, and gets ready to charge toward the Doppelganger. How much damage you deal there?
7 points.
7 points. All right, you get this arrow like into its shoulder, and you see like several other arrows kind of like match that from other guards. They're just letting these off as more of them kind of draw their spears and harpoons out and get ready. You're seeing like several of these get ready to tether the boar to the ground here. And then Siegfried, you arrive on site. Jacob Candellin gets a couple of axes out, and you see them like burst into flames on the ends. Go ahead and give me what you got here.
First, I stare at the axes, a little bit jealous, and sort of mutter at him a little bit as he starts charging forward, like, "Hey, can you do that with a hammer?" And then I'll look back at the boar, and I'm just gonna get up closer to it and throw my mallet at it. Okay. Like in the side.
Give me an attack roll.
I'll get like maybe 2 bases away from its side.
Very calm song for a hunt like this.
I know.
It's an 18.
18 definitely hits. Okay. Hit the broadside of a boar.
Nice.
So we take 8 points of bonk.
Okay, you just kind of throw this thing, it like hits it in the side of the head and it reels a little bit, but it just continues to charge toward Ulysses. As it charges toward this doppelganger of yours, you see from the trees wings spread out. Sir Orin dives down toward it, gets his katana out, and just drives it into right between the shoulder blades of the boar, and kind of twists a little bit, and his wings fold back against it, and he kind of like steers it toward the doppelganger, makes eye contact with you. You can go ahead and take that advantage attack against the boar if you would like here. All right.
22 to hit.
22? That definitely hits.
With 12 damage.
All right, yeah. That 12 damage as you like come slashing in with the scimitar, and it just passes through the visage of the doppelganger, kind of like fizzles a little bit and wisps like mist, and then forms back as the boar passes through. And at that moment, as soon as it moves, Orlaith shouts out to hit it now. And then all of the spears shoot out from everybody. They all launch them. Multiples clash into the boar's side, into its arms and legs, and then a couple into its neck. And then they all pull, and the boar comes crashing to the ground. And they pull it and tether it there. And then a couple of them like start to stake those into the ground. And the boar starts struggling a little bit and tries to pull against those wounds and pull against the harpoon, and then you see the wounds deepen, cut, and then it just keeps struggling for a while until it realizes how much that's hurting it and stops and just kind of whines for a moment. And Orlaith looks to you after making sure for a moment that the boar is still and is not moving, and says, "That's your move now." And Landon steps up to you.
Oh boy.
I'll kind of stand back up and like his knife on. Where do I hit it?
I'm trying to. The neck, boy. Go up to face it.
And he'll like put a hand on your back and kind of guide you up to the face of the boar, and the boar just kind of looks up at you. You see just the red eyes, and then kind of points toward like just underneath of its jaw, and just says, "Drive it in there. Pull it down along the throat.
You can go until it stops moving."
He will step towards, start to feel the warm breath of the boar.
It smells of fungus and death.
No. He'll kind of like his head back because it smells so bad, and he will look at him and then just ungracefully.
Give me a power check.
Oh, great.
I'll say power or fight. You can pick one. Sire.
Do the same. So
Okay.
it's an 11.
11. Okay. You drive this dagger into its throat, and it doesn't die as quickly as you'd like. And you just kind of realize like you want this to end faster. And as you're like cutting it, you flash back to the city and how quickly that happened. And that was over so much faster than this was. And you just kind of find yourself yelling unexpectedly and screaming as you just leave through the boar's throat. Going to give you the mystery stone. You're first.
Yo, I can get mystery stones.
And you don't really know how long you're doing this, but eventually you have gone around to the other side of the boar and have cut through its neck, and it has not moved, and you don't know how long it hasn't been moving. You will reduce your standing with every house.
What?
It's not my fault this time, but oh crap.
Everyone is just kind of looking at you after that display.
Every house?
Every house.
Man.
Can't get lucky every time. Hey, the good news is
I bet it's okay.
your wife has 2 moms, so her house isn't there.
Yeah, but it reduces in every house, though, right? Every house.
Every house.
They'll hear about it.
Everyone is.
Yeah, you're screwed, boys. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Sigrid daughter would do that already, but I guess you're just assuming that's going to get to them.
You can tell as well, like, obviously you don't have a sense of like social standing, like stats in the real world, but you can tell like when you come out of this like rage and you look around at everybody, you can just kind of see the like, there's a mixture of everybody's faces is different. You can see disappointment in some and like confusion and some anger and disgust. I will say you can look at one person, one of the dukes or not duchesses because I'm here. We can look at one duke and give me an intuition check and I will tell you what they are feeling when they look at you after what you just did.
My dad.
Okay.
He's gonna be very disappointed in him.
How did you know how much feels?
21.
21. Your dad is feeling like you are not ready to leave the house. Not that, and that he has failed miserably at preparing you for what's about to happen.
See, like I said,
But when you look at Liam, Liam isn't looking at you, looking at Landon.
Orlaith will look around at some of the soldiers and say,
All right, patch this thing up as best we can and put her on a cart and we'll get it back to the camp so we can put her on a boat for hauling back to the city.
some of the guys will say,
Looks like we lost a couple in that charge, but I think most folks are all right.
Orlaith will just say,
We'll get stretchers for those we lost. Good boy, your wound. Can you walk?
He will, in that moment, he will have forgotten about his wound. He laid down on
Leeward, how many hit points do you have left?
left.
Yeah.
33.
Okay, so yeah, you're not like bleeding out. You just have like a scrape on your side.
And so, I guess I can walk. He will just start taking off the direction he thinks he came. Whether that's where I want or not, I don't know.
All right. The walk back is fairly quiet, but I will ask if I'll go around the table and get back to Artie if there is somebody you want to walk with and talk to on the walk back. So Siegfried, you first. There's enough like gap and people are just kind of spreading out and giving everyone space that if you wanted to step aside and have a conversation with someone, you could. Actually, no, you don't get to pick. Somebody picks you. Ulysses.
Or walk back with Liam, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, and just so you know, like there's enough space. No one is gonna. If you don't want people to hear you, they are not gonna hear you. Like no one is like trying to follow you. All the guards are uncomfortable. Everyone's kind of. Yeah.
There's kind of uncomfortable quality I bring to the parties that don't really like.
Not like that, it isn't.
No particular thoughts from Liam. No, Liam is definitely very quiet.
Wow, you're definitely very quiet. I'll give you a hero point for that one. No, I like those kind of jokes.
Good, cats are cheap.
Yeah, that's why I like them.
Well, I'm sorry, that's
I'll
be in particular conversational.
I'll leave it at that for now.
All right. So Liam, would you have split off for him to talk to somebody else or okay? Artie.
I'm actually gonna. I want my conversation to be with Trousseau Furfur.
Okay. Yeah. I will say, how do you approach him? He's probably walking with a couple of guards. You could ask him to like step aside if you want. Also, what's social standing with him right now?
Fairly
We shoot negative.
So
It's neutral right now.
okay, neutral.
Just without any sort of like tact, he's going to. Artie's just gonna kind of walk over to him, still kind of shaking from the nerves. And he's gonna look at President Procor and he's just gonna say, "They wanted me to kill the boar, and I killed the boar."
You did. Not a lot of grace in it, though, was there?
Just kind of like the Arthur meme, just kind of pause up into this as he's walking, and he'll just say that no one told me to do it with grace. I'll kind of walk off.
When we get back towards the camp, I will find Anthony. I'll tell him when you're ready. Come find me.
Set quest. A little exclamation point appears over to say, well, in like 45 hours. With that, I will have everybody except for Siegfried go ahead and take your break.
But I think you've got a secret.
Let's see if I can get more red stuff. That's how you figure out what the red stones are for, is you try to get them, start doing random things until you sort of figure it out.
Get yourself in more and more precarious situations.
No. They find me. I don't find the precarious situations.
As you are walking, do you like try to go and find anybody?
No, he's not really sure how he's gonna spend this one.
Yeah.
So, in the same, honestly, like, I was gonna say, like, if he had decided to look at Siegfried, he would have been doing the same thing Liam was. Like, he was looking at Landon to figure out how he was supposed to feel about that.
Yeah.
Because he didn't actually know.
Yeah. So you're kind of walking, hanging back, probably like have an eye on your father for a little bit, and he disappears into the mist, and then you feel a hand on your shoulder, and a voice you haven't heard before says, "Boy,
You are Siegfried Sonder."
You turn and see Duke Azir Mina standing behind you, the tall former prince of Malene. His guards are hanging far behind him, far enough that they're out of earshot, but you can still see them, and they can still see the two of you.
Your brother, is he all right?
Sure he will be. I'm not quite sure.
I had heard mixed things about one, that he was a gentle soul, and others, that he was cruel. I believe what I saw today shows that the latter is true.
I've never known him to truly be cruel. Sometimes it serves us for people to believe that we are harsher or stronger than we are. I did not expect that.
Neither did I. I had intended to counsel him on the walk back, but instead,
I thought I would approach you. This bastard boy, Rilren.
I'm familiar.
not liking. I find myself as well disliking his lack of decorum in my father's castle, or my father's former castle, as true sober core would prefer I call it.
It may not be his anymore, or yours, but he did build it, and that.
Well, my ancestors did. His displays in the castle, his behaviors there, I do not like them, but it would be untoward, of course, to punish him outside of the battlefield. I have it on good authority he is going to do everything he can to avoid such things occurring. He does not want you to be on the opposite side of him.
Unfortunately for him, I want to be on the opposite side of him.
The tusk taking That'll be tomorrow evening.
I think.
I will call on either you or Reverend Emmerich, depending on who has been chosen thus far. If Reverend has been chosen for Feanor, I will call on him. If not, I will call on you. Either way, you will be on opposite sides. Reverend would be a fool to deny me. That would be seen as a tremendous life.
He's a tremendous idiot.
He is. But even a tremendous idiot would not do such a thing. His family would be gravely dishonored. If I call on you, could I count on you?
Landon is already fighting for our name, right? He's fighting for himself, yeah. And Artie's probably fighting for under our name too. You have no idea. Especially after what just happened, you have no idea what's going to happen. So Mina, Kindellan, and Sigrun daughter are enemies of the Feanor principalities. They are like, they're actually at odds and enemies. So this would be you essentially siding with an enemy, but that is why it would be advantageous.
To my knowledge, would Landon be upset if I were to fight for Azir Mina?
Give me an intuition check.
It's only a 6.
6?
Yeah, it's only a 6 because all my quotients are.
I think Siegfried doesn't give a shit. This is probably your best shot, your best guaranteed shot at beating Rubryn's ass without consequence.
I don't think he gives a shit either. The only thing that would give him pause is that it is Azir Mina, but yeah, with that,
I would gladly jump on the opportunity to beat Rubryn.
Well then, I look forward. This would be the first time our houses have ever been. Perhaps this will be the beginning.
That would be nice. I find politics are not my game, but conflict rarely breeds innovation. Nothing that great ever happens.
So politics not being your game, you're doing quite well already.
And he will step back to his guards, lead you walk, and that's where we'll go ahead and end this little episode here.
Right. They're hard lessons that he's had to learn, and he's found ways to work through that to be the dupe that he's been. But you are not your father.
I will say 3 1s is enough. Like, that's so horrific.
Before it gets like a big pile of depression potatoes.
If you legitimately want to leave, try to flee the castle, I'm not going to actually stop you as the GM.
That is always messy. Or it should be.